Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today this is going to be my review for The Amazing Race Australia Season 6. Which, obviously, it ended about a month ago at this point. At this point you're seeing this. This is coming out some point in November, like maybe the second or third week in November. So, obviously, sorry about that. It's... I just have other videos I felt like are more priorities for this because obviously MasterChef Back to Win and Challenge USA aired in the summer, and so I felt like I had to get those out before this review, as this season only ended about a month ago at this point. So yeah, and for this review, I'm going to be going not as in-depth as I did with The Amazing Race Australia Season 5. Obviously, The Amazing Race Australia Season 5 review is over an hour long, and that was actually a live stream I actually did, where I went in-depth with the season, looking through what happened in each episode. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be doing that, as I felt very underwhelmed with the course of the season. So, and I felt like it's such a train wreck that I'll just talk about my general opinions on the season here, or instead of going into a full in-depth with a review. Obviously, I'm still happy with how The Amazing Race Australia Season 5 review did, as it is my most viewed review out of any of these shows I've done, which obviously I'm really happy with how my Amazing Race videos do these days, Amazing Race Australia, which is why I'm going to be sticking to about one video a month. But anyways, let's talk about the season here, which if I were to give one word to describe the season, it would be COVID, which happened. There was a whole bunch of episodes with COVID problems. Like, let's just go down to the results here. Like, honestly, it was insane, because there were so much COVID problems. So every point you see a C, that is a team that had, like, if at any point you see a gap with a massive C with lines crossed through it, that is a sign that a team caught COVID. Look at all of them. That's a lot of teams that caught COVID. Like, it was insane. So, like, so many teams caught COVID. At one point, one team had to, like, one person had some sort of problems with COVID, so one person had to, the other partner only had to go on the original flight they were supposed to go on and run half the leg by themselves, which was insane. And now overall, for the first two episodes here, I was actually kind of fine with this format, where they had 10 teams in two groups, run two separate ones, which I actually enjoyed how they structured it here, which I kind of wish they kept it a little bit longer before they merged all the teams together again. Now, obviously I do still have a cough at the point of recording this video. But honestly, I'm happy with Heath and Tony as the winners. Obviously, there was only a select few of teams that actually didn't get eliminated, that never got, had to leave because of COVID. And I'm not counting, because they missed half because they were only in Group A or whatever, or Group 2 or something, that I don't want them to win or anything, but it's not that case at all. I'm fine with people who are staying the entire race way through. I will cheer for those people, more likely than in a team that has to drop out, which is kind of why I was not as happy with Catherine and Craig's win with Amazing Race Canada, Season 8 there. Now, for this, one thing that also happened was Bo Ryan, who was the host, had to drop out because he caught COVID as well, which was so weird in my opinion. Like, they literally brought in a robot to substitute for him for an episode or two, which was interesting, I will say. And there was one elimination I will talk about in a moment, but it just came to my head. But yeah, and then they brought in Scott Tweedy, which is probably one of the most boring hosts I've ever seen, to the point where, like, it seemed like production knew that, to the point where they were like, you know what, we're just going to have Bo Ryan eliminate the teams from his hotel room, which is insane. Obviously, Bo Ryan, and obviously I'm not as happy with the host in this Amazing Race style of season here in Amazing Race Australia. Like, Grant is the most boring host ever. Bo Ryan's kind of crazy. Obviously, I like Bo Ryan a bit more. Now, one elimination I do want to point out was, I believe it was Jake and Holly, where they literally came in first and got a 30-minute penalty, and then all 17 teams that were behind them checked in before within that 30-minute time penalty. So they ended up getting eliminated, which was bizarre. Which tells you how fast the race was. Now, I did want to point out that the 3 legs happened in 3. That 3 legs happened in one country. So there was a country per 3 legs. So first off, they went to. I'm just gonna go down to the bottom here. First off, they went to Morocco, which that's fine, and then they went to Greece for 3 legs, and then they went to Turkey, and then they went to Colombia, which is in South America, for 3 legs. Then they went to Belize, which I don't know if Amazing Race US has gone there. I can't really remember, to be honest, but yeah. And then they went to Mexico, which reminds me of something. Yeah. And then they raced all the way back to Australia for the last 3 legs. Now, I'm actually kind of happy with the structure of the season, where it was only 21 legs, or maybe 20 legs if you count the 2 parts of leg 1 as 1 leg. But I like that there was kind of a shorter season. And I like Network 10. Actually, apparently, like, the ratings weren't as great, so they were trying to just rush the season. And at a point where at one point they had 5 episodes in a week, so they could air Real Love Boat, that one show, or something else, or one of those other shows or something. But yeah, so that happened, and yeah, as for Heath and Tony, I think they were the main front runners at the end of the season. I feel like I think they were probably my favorite team of the season. But yeah, there we go, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the review for this one. Also, let's go through the prizes, I guess. So, like one, which is the first part, the team won a holiday to Mornington Peninsula, courtesy of Travel Victoria. Courtesy of Travel Victoria. Like 3, a pair of Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultras, Galaxy watches, and Galaxy Buds. Like $5,000 travel voucher courtesy of 10 Traveler. Like 7, a trip for 2 to Nickelodeon Land and SeaWorld. Nickelodeon Land at SeaWorld in Gold Coast, Queensland. a 6-night next, like 9 was a 6-night trip to Darwin. They got to go through some national parks. $5,000 courtesy of Andu for like 11, like 13. A trip to Cradle Coast, Tasmania. Like 14, 3-night holiday to Bali, Indonesia. Like 15, 2 Samsung 4K frame TVs. If like 17, 4-night holiday for 2 cons and the Great Barrier Reef. And 18 was $5,000 red balloon voucher. Then obviously the prize was at the very end was $250,000 Australia and 2 new cars, which or maybe they were trucks or something, I don't know. But yeah, let's also talk about the U-turn before we go here. The U-turn was fine. That was probably one of my favorite episodes of the entire season, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, I kind of figure this season is kind of a train wreck and kind of just underwhelming at the end. So that's why it's probably my least favorite Amazing Race Australia season. Still have that cough. But yeah, I think I really felt underwhelmed at the end of the season here. So for me, it's probably my least favorite season. And now, that's pretty much it for my review for the Amazing Race Australia 6. Now, at the time of recording this, I have seen the trailer for. I'm recording this a couple weeks before it's going to come out. I'm recording this on the 19th of October. So yeah, this video should come out at some point in November. But I did see the Amazing Race, not the Amazing Race, but the Challenge Australia, which is like the one of the spin-offs of that they're doing for the Global Championship. That I did see the trailer for that, which I'm actually kind of excited for. So, but like honestly, if I can find it, I will watch it. Obviously, I had some troubles with watching Amazing Race Australia, so where I had to find a whole bunch of different websites to watch the episodes. So it might be a similar thing for the Challenge EU. So I don't know if I'll do a review for that. Probably not. But yeah. And then as for the other Amazing Race stuff, Amazing Race US should end sometime within the next month or two. So that review will come out at some point off the road. Probably like Amazing Race 34. So overall, at this point, I'm fine with the season. And let's see, other video. Obviously, Resimilating Survivor Series, that's going to continue on. Reddit Reaction Series, that's going to continue on as normal as well. And MC cast assessments, those will continue whenever an event is announced. So continue to do those. As for I'm thinking about maybe doing in January, doing like running through an Amazing Race season in a Google Doc that I did. So maybe I do have like 2 seasons done, so maybe I'll do videos on those. And those will come out in January of 2023 and February of 2023, or maybe March 2023, because I'm a little bit on the fence, as I might do a video on the Amazing Race Neighborhood Edition, but even though it is that's a fan made show, but I kind of have some nostalgic for the season, for that series, so I might do a video on it, maybe not, I don't know. Oh, we'll see. Wait and see, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video here. Let's see. Anything else? Oh yeah, I will do a review for Survivor 43 when that ends. Same thing for the Challenge Rider Dies. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching.